Devin, congrats on the performance tonight. For you, just where did you feel like you kind of got going? Was it the defensive side of the ball that spurred the offense? And just how do you feel about the performance tonight by yourself?
Um, I think we came out, executed a game plan to what we prepared for. Cavs coming in, they're a hot team. We knew they were coming off a back-to-back, so just me, what was going through my mind, just picking up full court, trying to make them more tired than what they just were. But now my teammates found me. They gave me the confidence to just go out there and play my game. I knew we were down a few guys, so just knowing I was going to get a little extra tick tonight. So I just try to make the best, most out of it.
Devin, you went for one against Memphis, went for a jam, and Memphis didn't work out, got the opportunity tonight and converted it. Just, I guess, walk me through that first dunk and the reaction inside the Golden One Center to it.
Yeah, appreciate Malik for the pass. I was kind of like chirping that I was behind him, but it was a good pass, and I just jumped.
Devin, just how difficult has it been to sit there and bide your time and wait for this opportunity to finally come your way?
At the end of the day, I just know what's best for the team. Just listen to my coaches, just trying to stay ready regardless. If I play 0 minutes or 40 minutes, I just go out there, play same way every single time. But blessed to have the opportunity to go out there and play tonight, and just try to make the best of it.
Dev, how much do you feel? Obviously you got the crowd into it, but how much do you feel like you kind of ignited your teammates as well?
I feel like I did a pretty good job. I think it was everybody though. The whole second unit, first unit, everybody had juice tonight. So I wouldn't say it was just me, but I think it was everybody.
Devin, you were seesawing back and forth between Stockton affiliate and the Kings, and I think you played about 5 games while you were with the Stockton Kings. How much did that help you? Because Doug told us, I think it was last week before you went on that road trip, that he told the coach Quentin that he wanted you to bring the ball up and, do more things with the ball. So how much did that help, being down there with the G League team?
It helps a lot. As you guys know, I had surgery, so I missed out on training camp, summer league, all that. So I didn't play too many games. I missed the first 30 games, and then just wanted to get some reps. I felt like I wasn't really ready, so I went down there, got my reps, and then, like you mentioned, Doug talked to Q, wanted me to play a role that I was going to play with the Kings. So just went down there, worked on things, confidence, conditioning, all that, and just here we are. So.
Devin, considering where you guys are in the race right now, how things have been recently, guys out of the lineup, like how much were you guys motivated to kind of like pull together, and what did it take to produce that kind of an effort?
Yeah, nobody wants to be home watching basketball. Obviously, it was my first year, but I missed the tournament last year for college, so it definitely sucks just to be at home watching basketball while everybody else has the opportunity to keep playing. So we know how important it is to make that push, as we're closing down on the regular season. So.
When you say you didn't feel like you were ready before, it definitely looks like you are now. Like, what's changed in your mind?
For the most part, my conditioning got a lot better. Like, that was the main thing. And then just confidence. I haven't played, like I said, I didn't play too many game reps. As I said, I missed out on summer and all that, first 30 games. So I just didn't really get too many 5-on-5, with refs, taking bumps on my shoulder, anything, just reaction things, rebounds, literally anything. So just going down there and doing all that stuff just gave me more confidence, that I can still do this. And
Then you mentioned your role. How comfortable do you feel like you have an understanding of what that is here, and what do you try to bring on a nightly basis?
I try to bring energy every night regardless. Make shots, miss shots. Try to bring energy, get some stops. At the end of the day, making shots will come with more experience. So just I know one thing I control, which is my energy, effort, rebounding, defense, stuff like that.
Does a performance like tonight get you out of rookie duties?
No. No chance.
Hey, Keegan. You guys have had some big wins this year. Just against an opponent like that, shorthanded. Just how big was that for you guys this season?
It was a good win, especially the week we had last week, guys out tonight and things like that. So it was a good team win against obviously a really good team. But I mean, we were able to execute the game plan, especially in the second half. So
Keegan, that first quarter, the Kings shot 4 for 23 from the floor, from the field. Then it's just 32, 43, and 33. What kind of got that process going after that first quarter for you guys?
they're a good team. Like it takes a little bit to figure them out, especially our first time playing them this year. So I think that was an adjustment for us. We felt like we were getting good shots in the first quarter. They just weren't dropping, and then we just continued to stay with it. And eventually they started dropping. Eventually we started getting stops, things like that, and that changed the game.
And Devin Carter, kind of, got into the mix of those type of things. What do you think about his performance tonight?
He's been good. I think he's had spurts this year where, like in Boston, he was pretty good. And obviously he's a rookie. He goes through those ups and downs and things like that. So I went through them too, and he was able to capitalize on his opportunity tonight when guys were down. So kudos to him, and I know that he should have an impact on our team the rest of the way.
Keegan, have you had conversations with him, with Devin, about the ups and downs of a rookie season and how you just stick with it and eventually you'll get your shot?
Yeah, I mean, I think Devin's a guy you don't really have to talk much to. He's really confident. So, but I mean, we're all saying stuff to him. We're all trying to get him to figure out what we're doing on the court, and I feel like he's picking up on the things that we're telling him really well. So that's kind of his transition, and tonight obviously played really well.
Keegan, Doug talked pregame about name on the front, not on the back. It doesn't matter who's playing as long as you guys play the way that you're playing these last two games. The effort, especially on the defensive end, I guess, where did that come from, and what was it about these last two games that you've been able to bring that out?
I feel like our biggest thing that we've talked about as a team is just making the other team feel us, making us the aggressor, and try and put them on their heels and things like that. And we weren't doing that last week. We did that when we were on that winning streak earlier, but I feel like we kind of came back to that. We just have to stay consistent with it because it's tough to beat us when we're like that.
Keegan, I imagine Doug was pretty proud of the effort tonight. Just what was the message and what did you hear from the coaching staff back there?
It was really just on to the next game. It's a quick turnaround. Obviously, tonight's a good win. He acknowledged that. We all acknowledge that. But in the NBA, it's quick. Things can change like that. Like last week, we're on a 4-game losing streak, and today we beat the team with the best record in the NBA. So we have to stay locked in each game, no matter who the opponent is.
14 offensive rebounds, even without Domas. Jonas gets 5, Trey gets 3. What do you think of their efforts tonight, not only on the glass, but in general without Domas?
Yeah, I mean, we're a really small team. So if we can get guys across the offensive glass, get defense rebounds, that's our biggest thing. Without Domas, obviously JV's a big part of that. Trey's a big part of that. I'm a big part of that. And then obviously guys sprinkling in with those rebounds. So it's going to take a collective effort, obviously, to replace Domas.
Good evening, everybody. Fantastic fight. In the first quarter with 2 minutes, I think it was 20-7. And, you can fold up the tent or you can continue to fight. And that's what Sacramento Kings basketball is all about. It's you bring that every single time. Your people love you for it, and they respect you regardless of the outcome. You want the win always, but the first step in the process is to be consistent with your approach, your professionalism, your aggressiveness, your physicality, all the little things that ultimately equate to a win. You have to be consistent with it. Big-time performances across the board. DeMar, spectacular. Keegan just loves what he continues to bring defensively. Keon knocking down some threes. Malik was great. Devin Carter, welcome to the damn NBA. Big time, big time, big time. So excited and proud for him. Trey, big time rebounds. Jonas holding us down. Markel coming in and giving minutes. Isaac, I mean, just across the board. Everybody that came in the game contributed, and that's ultimately all you can ever ask. So super excited for them to compete against some of the best talent in the league and fight the way they did.
Carter, you kind of mentioned it. Would you call this his coming out game, and what would you say about his performance tonight?
Yeah, I think that Devin brings the physicality, the swagger, the confidence, all the things that as a coach, well, I just speak for myself, like that I expect out of my team. There's a calmness and a competition in him. My grandma used to say, "Still waters run deep," and he brought it big time.
So you kind of touched on it, but you guys went 4 of 23 in the first quarter. It was just kind of felt like a weird quarter, but only down 7 going into the second. And then, from there, just the intensity, and it kind of felt like it was all there. What did it take from the group, and what was the message after that first quarter to get that type of performance out of them?
I mean, I guess what you're saying is how do you get that performance? And I say that's the performance that I expect. The result might vary from time to time, but that's what we expect: a high level of intensity, of physicality, of picking up, of active hands, of they're gonna make shots. Donovan Mitchell is spectacular. Evan Mobley is great. These players can play, but that's how, when you put on our jersey, that's what is expected out of you. And hats off to our guys, because when you're missing firepower and your stars are down and all these different things happen, it's easy for you to woe is me. And, my message in there to them was to play for each other. And that's what they did. They played for each other. And you can do that on both ends of the floor. It's not just offensively where I get off of it and give you a pass and all those things. It's also your attitude. I'm playing for you, so if it doesn't go right, we're not about to go back and forth. I got you. You got me. Let's keep building. And then on the defensive end, just the multiple efforts. That's what playing for each other is about. Guys are going to beat you. We're going to get into scramble. Are you going to continue to fly around, or are you going to take one play off? And in a game that's this close, one play is everything. And to their credit, they flew around.
Doug, you played for one of the best next man up coaches probably in the history of the league, in Rick Adelman.
Yeah.
Just how do you develop that chemistry and that mindset with the team, especially when you're missing, a bunch of players tonight?
One thing I would say, James, is I try to love all my players. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, all the way down. I don't stop at the star. I don't stop at the starting 5. So whoever it is, I give them all the same love and respect. And I think that hopefully, can't speak for them, but hopefully that builds confidence. And in the confidence comes, Coach, trust me. And then when the opportunity presents itself, have you done all the things that you need to do to be prepared for that opportunity? And even when they go and play their next game and all, I try to go down there just to let them know, just because you didn't play last night and you're playing in the next game today, I'm here to watch you because I respect what you're doing. And I think those are the things that, at least for me, to try to build that up in these young men. Yep.
Doug, I believe there's a clip on an episode of The Run where you tell the guys, you've messed up now because you've shown me that you can do it.
Yeah.
How, are you able to almost bottle up and take a game and film or moments like this and use that to motivate or to remind the team in the struggle times or the times where the play isn't up to standard? Are you able to draw back on games like this to remind them they can do it?
I guess you can. I've used Boston a couple of times, but more than anything, it's really the simplicity of competing at a really high level, regardless. And I used to say this to you guys when I first started: is the opponent doesn't have a face. When we look in the mirror, that's your opponent right there. Because today I don't feel like it. We got a back-to-back. My foot hurts, my back hurts, my knee hurts. Can you override that little voice that's talking to you and give it up for your teammates? And these guys, they have. And that's more than anything is me saying and joking with them, it's like, you messed up now. You showed me that you can do it. Same thing with my son making his bed. It's like, it looks good in here, man, so can we do that tomorrow? And that's the fun part of it. But this is serious business at the same time, but we have fun. And that's what I want them to all bring, that joy, regardless. I was a young kid and you would be sore and different things, but I wanted to play basketball more than anything. So it didn't matter. And that's what they're doing right now. So super proud of them.
Keegan and Devin talked about executing the game plan well. How satisfied were you with the game plan, and what are some examples of where you saw that being executed?
On the very first play of the game, Strus came off and got downhill. And I had talked about going under if the screen was super high. Next play, Malik goes under, nothing. So it's just the ability to communicate at a high level. Physicality is something that I wanted from them. So when I went to Devin and he got in the game, I said, 0 airspace. Like, you go and you touch him, and you make sure that he understands that you're going to be here. And when you do that, 2 things happen. The players step up or he back up. And for Devin, there were players that stepped up, but at the same time, he backed some people up too. And that's exciting to watch them. Keegan with the Reds, with the rear view contests, with all the little things that we ask of them. And it's difficult, man. It's a lot. Try to keep it as simple as we can, but at the same time, try to mix in things, because I know that these guys are so special that you can't do it the same way every time, because they will figure out they will problem solve. And Donovan Mitchell is probably one of the best problem solvers that this game has. So credit to both of those guys for bringing the physicality and trying to follow a game plan and see it through.
Doug, how good is just an outcome like this? I know you're not necessarily focused on outcome, but with the messages and all these things you're trying to impart, and where you guys are, what you've been through, how much does this help just the vibes, the belief, the buy-in, and keep these guys going for what's ahead?
Yeah, I think it helps, but one thing that you got to understand is, it's going to be difficult. And I hope that you're here for the difficulty, because that's where we find out about ourselves. So, but when I tell them that style of play, the byproduct of that style of play is success. Whether that means you win or not, you can still be successful and not win all the time. But this is a baseline for who Sacramento Kings are. And if that's what we continue to solidify, ultimately we start to grow and be everything that our fans and our organization want us to be.